Ashler, what are your pronouns?
I use she, her. Like the first time that in retrospect I realized that I was definitely trans as a kid, what really got to me was the fact that all of the other adults in the room stopped talking completely, and it was like utter silence except for my dad and me. Such a big difference like that really killed me. So I very clearly remember thinking, oop, can't do this anymore. You know, when I would do things that would make me feel comfortable, that was me having fun, but that were pushing the envelope of boy masculinity that I was supposedly supposed to have, everybody would get uncomfortable. That makes it so that every time I did that, I was punished for it. So I would stop doing it. I think one of the biggest things that affected me in terms of how people see trans people is how it's portrayed in movies. I was always taught that men wearing women's clothing was a joke. And I didn't even realize why it was uncomfortable for me to watch, you know, these scenes of men wearing dresses and then everybody laughing, as well as the fact that nobody had the language for it except for as insults. But those aren't Googleable terms to find the community. There was finally one day while I was watching a YouTube video of a lecture that this Christian gay boy was giving, and then the next video was about a trans woman. Suddenly I had the language and I was seeing this woman talking about normal trans stuff, and I was like, oh my god, suddenly finding things that I've really been looking for my whole life at that point and didn't even realize it. The fact that people refuse to have good language for it, that it was really affecting me.
Which does lead to a good question about how you feel about the term transgender.
So I hate the word transgender. It's an awful word. The word itself isn't bad, but the problem is the only people that use the word transgender, the whole word, is cis people that don't have any good things to say. People in the movies that are trying to be good but are really just cis people pandering to us. And so I personally like the word trans better because that's the word that trans people use. And it's actually the word that is used in the acronym now. It's not transgender, it's trans with a little star. And there is minute differences because there are different kinds of trans. There's transgender, there's transsexual, there's transvestite. You know, there are different kinds of trans that different people identify as.
I always assumed the last two were like bigotry.
I don't think they are anymore. And what really changed that for me was Whipping Girl by Julia Serrano. So I think transsexual is a pretty good term for trans folks that have gone through the medical transition if they want to make that a priority in the language.
How's your family been reacting to this, and how's it changed over the years?
I came out when I was 18. So when I came out, I was scared because coming out is scary in general. My parents have always been great about it. The only problems that I've had with my parents is the fact that my mom really wanted me to change my name, which is uncomfortable for me because I fucking love my name. But my mom kept talking about the fact that she raised her boy as Ashler, and so she really needed me to change my name, which there were two implications there, that it's not my name, it's hers, and she gave it to me, and it's still hers, and that she can't see me as a woman unless I change in ways that are important for her. It got to the point I kept telling her that I'm not going to change my name. She wouldn't listen to me when I would tell her to stop, and so my sister ended up telling her to stop in private. And the only other problem is that she can't quite figure out how to use my pronouns when I'm here. She's really good at it when I'm not around, but when I'm in the house, she really sucks at it. It really shows me that people use my pronouns because I tell them and not because they fit to them. That I can shave real good and put makeup on and keep my hair down and wear femme clothes. That I can do all of those things to make up for it, but it's a lot of work. And then also I can't speak. So ladies, assigned female at birth ladies I should say, can dress down and still look like a lady. But us trans ladies have to become hyper femme to be able to be coded as a woman at all. Because of certain things like my voice, a lot of people will see that and realize that I'm trans and will use he, him instead of she, her, because it's instinct.
I want to rip the dream, not to be ripped by the dream.
True. That's the ultimate goal.
The ultimate goal.
Deep.
So deep, so true.
You gotta rip the dream, man. You can't let the dream rip you.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta